Well, hi there. I am sharing with you the news of three discoveries right now. Um, the first one is that this technology uses existing light to. No, it stopped there. No, it didn't. Good. Um, this technology uses existing light to create images. So it can intensify and create an image off of existing light. You'll probably see it there. The second is that this technology works together as a community like we should as a world. And the third is that it can change a flat surface into a concave or convex lens, redirecting light and making it bend in our world, so to speak. Also, it would intensify it and make it extremely dangerous in our environment. Changing existing light into other forms of the electromagnetic spectrum is a very dangerous endeavor. Because of my experience with cell phones dropping through a mattress and box spring in a hotel room, I'm very well aware of its molecular breaking ability, defying the law of physics, allowing one solid object to pass through another. Because of this capability, it poses a threat to all matter on Earth. I was trying to load a video showing the creation of projections against the door frame that had light on it, and it connecting with dark matter energy. Because it is able to be any color in the visual spectrum, it makes it invisible. Just because it's invisible does not mean it's not real. In addition, those who do not stop the videos and pause them like I suggested for years and go frame by frame. You miss what this light energy technology does because it travels at the speed of light. You would never see it unless you pressed pause. It is very real because my neighbors have also experienced it. That's why they're afraid of me. Even though I'm the target and victim. They, according to a YouTube stalker, claim that I am the devil because they can see the technology on my property. Thus proving, according to the police, that all my neighbors see delusions too. So they must be also all on meth, also, according to the police. The calling something something else game must end. I'm doing my best to share knowledge with people that's going to save lives. And I'm being blocked, which means the person controlling it is not only a threat to national security, but international safety and the future of all living things on Earth. Because if the military has their way, they will continue using microwave radiation that will break DNA to the point that we're not able to reproduce. And I'll never ever move on to my next goal of reducing plastic in our world. Plastic is also a carcinogen, and it's found in 80% of people's blood at this point. It becomes microscopic, and we breathe it, we eat it, and we swallow it. And it causes infertility in men. And we just keep making more. We are at a tipping point. And if we continue on our path of profit only, we are going to ruin our own future. And I don't believe that outer culture guests want that to happen. They would preserve the earth by eliminating humans. And that would be very easily done in a matter of a month without any light, pitch black. And it could do that. And then it could end its occupation and allow the surviving species to continue living on Earth. And we think we're all that. We sometimes need to pause and humble ourselves. The second video I was going to show was light reflected off the surface of a glass of coffee. and it showed the interconnectedness of this energy technology, much like a wire. And the third video was going to be of the glass of my 3-season room and 3 images rotating the opposite way of each other. Before I came inside, I said the truth. I wonder what else I'll discover in the next 50 years, if I live that long. Because I love learning. I always have. And as a teacher, I'm an advocate of showing others how we can continue to learn throughout our lives. People get stuck in their ways of thinking, and the elite and media's way of ruining us all is to divide and conquer. It's sick. That media has such a role in making us not a community. This group that is fixated on hate is not walking the way of God, because there's only one power and presence in the universe: love. And it says something about them, that they can't love thy neighbor. It means they don't love themselves. Because you can't love thy neighbor unless you love yourself first. The Bible says it. The Bible also says another thing. It says that Adam was created by God. Modern day interpretation: man is the dominant sex. It doesn't leave a space for women to fully embrace God. And that is not true. Because Eve, who was also created by God, was created out of Adam's rib bone. Which means both sexes was present inside Adam, and therefore, in the likeness of God, we all possess qualities of both sexes. You could say we're androgynous or hermaphrodite. The point is that God is both, and women should feel just as created by Him as He does, and know that they too are created by God. My voice is so silent right now, but I feel it's growing slowly as I discover more things, as I share more of my knowledge. Some people, though, would rather steal that knowledge and claim it as their own. And the way things are situated right now, because my online journal is invisible on Facebook, so is Believe What You Believe, which is a bunch of short essays on belief systems, and Forward Cross Country, which is about moving forward and connecting with other people who are part of a community and traveling the back roads, the routes, instead of the interstates, which is where Generica is and where we all travel in flocks. Blind. COVID is a direct attack on small business. And it has devastated many small business to the elite in corporate America's delight. But now the elite are under attack, and they don't know it yet. So I'm trying to get that word out. It's time for the people to win. It's you and me that government doesn't care about. Every event that you read about in a history book was an idea that was started by one person. It just gained popularity, and then many people followed it and decided it was a good idea. That's how history works. And there's a modern day belief that the individual doesn't count and that we don't make a difference. We all make a difference in our behavior, our words, our actions, every single day. In our interactions online, in person. Every single one of us does make a difference. And if we forget that, then we become the girl in the allegory of the cave, who, after seeing the light, chains herself up to the cave wall and goes back to an existence of shadows being her reality, enslaved by our own will. Our government is of the people, for the people, and by the people. And our executive branch has taken liberty to try and do all three branches at the same time. To punish with torture, to judge, and to make new law by setting precedent, as opposed to through the legislative branch, which is where new laws get created. It's far too powerful because it has so many people. And the legislative branch has remained the same size for over 100 years. Our capital has now been in 3 different locations over the history of the United States. Philadelphia. Then I think either New York or, no, I think New York. And now Washington, D.C. And that was because of the Civil War. It was a square that was cut out of Virginia, a southern state, so that the capital would be in the south. Change is a constant, and in 2024, the people's voice doesn't count because the representation is so diluted. Our representatives represent way too many people to do an effective job. We should have 5 senators per state. And we should increase the size of our lower house, the House of Representatives, by at least 2-fold. So that the people's voice is heard. And we could build a new capital, just like China builds new cities. Centrally located, instead of all the way on one of the coasts. All I know is that if we keep going the direction we're going, nobody's going to win. And we're all going to lose. Because we will fight and kill each other, especially with R&M around. Because it brings out the devil. And the operators and the victims all appear to be insane. and isolated from society because people don't believe them. It's a cruel existence. And one that I'm bravely fighting against by being honest about my experience so that others don't have to suffer in the future. In the worst part of my targeting, I was praying every night. And I asked God a question. I said, will my targeting ever end? Will my suffering ever end? And the silent voice, God, answered me and said, yes, it will end. I thought about his answer for a couple of days because although he always speaks truth, you have to dig a little deeper. And I know that he told the truth. Because one day, I will only have him inside of my head. I won't have B2K voices speaking to me, whether I die and I'm reconnected with God, or it happens in this lifetime. And I had to make a choice because I wanted to thank him for being honest and giving me hope. And I decided to honor his creation, us, as 100% human, which involves ending remote neural monitoring. It is a very conscious choice. And I had to come to terms with the fact that if I was going to honor God, that it may mean my life. So I'm not afraid. There's very little more that can be taken from me than has already been cruelly ripped away. So, with that, I give you another shower talk. And bid you adieu.